In this video today, I'm going to show you how to make your own Sriracha style fermented hot sauce. Stay tuned. Well, you guys may ask, why make your own hot sauce? Why not just buy the Sriracha? Well, there's a couple reasons why I like to make my own hot sauce. One, it's kind of fun to do. You lacto ferment your chilies, which means you soak them in a brine, leave them at room temperature, and it develops those wonderful, complex flavors, tons of umami. Secondly, you get to control what goes in your hot sauce. You don't need a bunch of preservatives and junk that you don't want. It's really just chili, garlic, and a couple other things like maybe some fish sauce, some vinegar, things like that. You can get these chili peppers. I think I bought a big branch at my farmer's market. Beautiful, fresh chili peppers. I think it was like $3. And I made enough hot sauce that will last me about a month. And the flavor on this stuff is terrific. So follow along if you guys want to try this. Okay, first step, we need to clean the chili peppers. I'm picking them off this bush, putting them in a bowl, and I'm going to rinse them with cold water. Peel a few garlic cloves and throw them in with the chili peppers. You don't need to rinse the garlic cloves. So now that you have your chili peppers, cover them with water, slosh them around a little bit, get all that dirt off, and now we're going to weigh them out. Now I put a mason jar on a scale and zero it out. And now I'm adding my chili peppers and garlic. Once I add my chili peppers and garlic, I'm going to cover it with cold water, just until it covers the top by about an inch or two. Now the secret is going to be to weigh the entire amount, the chili peppers, garlic, and water all together, and then you multiply it by the amount of salt that you want to use. Now I'm going to use a heavier salt solution. I'm going to use a 5% salt solution. Usually the pickles that I do are about 2%. The reason why I'm using such a high amount of salt is because I'm only using a small amount of this chili sauce, so I want it to be well seasoned, and I also want it to last longer, so salt's going to help with both of those things. Now I'm going to dissolve the salt in water. You don't need to bring it to a boil, but you do want to dissolve the salt completely. And you want to make sure that water is room temperature when you add it over the chili peppers. You don't want hot liquid on those chili peppers, otherwise it will wilt and it will ruin that hot sauce. So now that the salt's dissolved, I give it a nice stir and I pour it over my chilies. Now the important step is going to be to weigh down the chili peppers. You don't want those chili peppers exposed to air at all. You want to make sure that they're completely submerged. So I added a small amount of brine to a ziplock bag. I'm going to use a small amount of plastic wrap. I'm going to put the plastic right on top of the chili peppers to make sure that they're completely covered. And then I'm going to add that weighted ziplock bag of brine on top of that plastic, as you can see, to make sure that they are fully submerged. Okay, now it's ready to leave at room temperature, and you can ferment this as long as you'd like. I recommend at least a week. I did 2.5 weeks for this one. You can try months if you want. The longer you let them ferment, the better flavor it's going to have. So this has been sitting for 2.5 weeks, and I'm removing the plastic, and you can see those chili peppers look beautiful. They just look pristine. So now I'm going to strain out those chili peppers and that garlic. The color is beautiful. You can see they turned out really, really nice. And I'm going to add it to a small blender. I add a couple spoonfuls of that brine solution to the blender to make sure that it blends smoothly. Put your top on and blend away. Now I make sure that it's blended all the way through. You don't want large chunks of chili pepper, but I also don't want a smooth paste. You can blend it as fine or leave it as coarse as you'd like. Now comes the fun part. You get to season up the hot sauce. You can add whatever you'd like. A lot of people add some sort of sweetness like palm sugar or regular sugar or coconut sugar. I'm just adding vinegar and fish sauce. People add dried fish like dried shrimp, dried shellfish. You can add shallots, you can add raw garlic, you can add lemongrass, you can add ginger. But for me, I'm just keeping it very simple. And I'm just doing a little bit of saltiness with a little bit of acid. And I found that those are the flavors that I like the best. Now tell me that doesn't look beautiful. All right, guys. As you can see, this hot sauce turned out excellent. It's like a little cross between Sriracha and Sambal. It has a lot of complex flavors and it has really, really good heat. Full disclosure, this turned out about 10,000 times hotter than I was expecting. These chili peppers will knock your socks off. They are so hot, but it's okay. You can put a little bit in soup or a little bit in marinades, or a little bit on top of rice. All you need is a little dab, and it's really, really good flavor, and I'm super happy that I made it. So give this a try next time you guys feel like making your own hot sauce. You can use a combination of chili peppers to suit your needs. It doesn't have to be a very spicy chili pepper. It could be one that's less hot, okay? Probably if I were to do this again, I would get a few different combinations of chili peppers. This one is so hot. One tip of the toothpick will light you up. I mean, this thing will light you up. This stuff is so hot, but it's really good flavor, and it's gonna go really well just a little bit in marinades and soups, as I was saying. It's so good. As always, thank you for watching. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that like button. We'll see you next time.